Well, Project Carrot Cake's back. This time we are installing a solar unit to allow them to have some power on the go. Fired up! So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and get the batteries and the power inverter under this seat. Cushion comes off. We have all this room in here. Maybe I can put the batteries and possibly mount the inverter against the back. Okay, so this is the space under the seat. As you can see, there's quite a bit of room. I'm just going to dry fit some batteries in here and see what happens. It's a little dark, but you can see we've got our two batteries. We've got our inverter sitting in here. I've got some BX because we're going to run out to a gang box, which I think we're going to mount here in the side with two ground fault interrupt in there. And then we'll run another one, I think, around and have another plug-in in there. We've had our electrician, like I said, come in and wire the AC circuit. There's a spot on this inverter where you can hardwire into a panel or plugins like this instead of using the sockets on the inverter. Batteries are just sitting here temporary. This will be their location. We just need to secure them a little bit better. What we have here, these are our cables from our charge controller. So this is what's actually going to be bringing the power. Well, the red one will be bringing the power from the charge controller to the batteries. The ground is just a ground to the charge controller. Here we have our power wire that will be coming from our solar panel. This one goes to the charge controller, and it's going to run up to our solar panels, which we're going to mount up on the front. Well, one right now. And then we have these are our two main power and ground to our inverter coming from our batteries. Power for our Core 1 module. Voltage monitor wire for our charge controller. So these will all be connected to the battery. There's a chassis ground for the inverter. We need to run a few fuses. There'll be a fuse between the charge controller and the batteries. There's a fuse between the inverter and the batteries. And there is a fuse between the solar panel and the charge controller. The Renogy Core 1 gives you information about the charging system, what is currently charging the batteries. In this instance, could be the solar panels, later potentially the alternator from the vehicle. And it gives you a live up-to-date, how much charge is in your batteries, how much charge you're getting from your solar panels, how much charge is coming from the alternator, and just basically the overall status of your solar setup. So what we have here is the Renogy dual input charge controller. It'll either control the charge coming in from our solar panels, or if we choose to tie in the vehicle alternator, it will allow us to charge the batteries while we're driving the vehicle between campsites. You can go through and select with a simple button the types of batteries you'll be charging. In our case, it's lithium batteries, which is indicated on the charge controller by a blue light. Beyond that, you get a green, yellow, red light for the battery state, green being full, yellow being okay, red being needs to be charged. It'll also indicate with a light uh, if the solar is actually charging. So if it's getting enough light, it'll show that it's charging through solar. If it's tied into the alternator and the alternator is running, or the engine's running, then it'll have a light indicating that it's getting a charge from the alternator. So here, the lower unit, this is a Bluetooth antenna, essentially. Serves no other purpose than that. It's tied into the charge controller and allows your app on your phone or the Core 1 to communicate with the charge controller to see the state of the batteries and what exactly is coming in to the charge controller. So what we have here is the Renogy 2000 watt inverter. It comes with a remote switch allowing you to easily turn the inverter on and off without having to fumble through the compartment. This inverter also allows for direct plug-ins on the side, so you can plug your devices directly into the side of it if you have access to it, or you can store it away like we've done here, and then you can hardwire in either a sub panel or directly to some receptacles. We've chosen to go the receptacle route just for the small size of this vehicle, and really we only need a couple receptacles anyway. If this was a larger installation in a RV or a large camper, then we would go that route. And lastly, to the heart of the system, we have the batteries. This is a pair of Eco-worthy 100 amp hour batteries. We've used these in previous projects, and I gotta say, the value of these batteries, amazing. Now, we're running these two in parallel, which essentially gives us one large 200 amp hour battery, and we can run, pretty much anything we want up to the limit of this 2000 watt inverter for a substantial amount of time.